So President Trump went on a little bit of a strange, nonsensical rant about coal during an Oval Office conversation with Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison. So now, when a reporter had asked Trump about the importance of Australia's mineral industry, he said this. Take a look.
Well, Australia's mineral industry is massive. It's far bigger than that. I mean, very few countries have anything approaching what Australia has in terms of mineral wealth. And you've really taken advantage of it, and you've done it in a very environmentally sensitive way. I know that's very important to you. It's very important to Scott. We talk about it a lot because that business can get out of control a little bit from the standpoint of environment, and you have really approached it in an environmentally sensitive way. Coal, as an example, you're the leader of safety in coal digging, and we've actually studied it because we're doing a lot of coal. And you have very little. You almost have no, you used to have a thing, black lung disease, and in Australia, you almost don't have it anymore. You've got all of the dust down, and, they become wet mines, basically. It's the things that they've done environmentally with digging. Digging is when you talk minerals, it's about digging, and what you've been able to do with the environment, having to do with taking minerals out of the ground, including, and, I would say even especially because you're leading on coal. I will tell you, I sent a whole crew over because your record is so good in terms of illnesses from digging, better than anybody in the world. So we're going to catch you on that.
Yikes. When you talk minerals, it's about digging. Really? I did not know that. Thank you, Mr. President. Very stable genius, folks. Very stable from the standpoint of digging. Oh my God. So here's the thing. So when he talks about coal, President Trump believes in clean coal. Now, that's not a real thing, right? I mean, it doesn't actually exist. There is no such thing as clean coal. And by the way, I'm going to explain what that is real quick. But first, Donald Trump believes, he actually thinks that you take the coal out of the ground and you clean it, and that somehow makes it better. We have the new technology. We have the clean coal. You take it out of the ground. No, your actual quote. They're going to take out clean coal, meaning they're taking out coal. They're going to clean it. Actual quote here. Like, how do you clean it? You're going to clean it with a washcloth? You like spray it down, hose it down? No, nonsense. No, what clean coal is, again, since it doesn't exist, it's actually a marketing term made by coal companies. It describes a process, right? Now, this process does not involve washing or cleaning the coal in any way. No, what it means is that it's essentially a different name for carbon capture technology. So you take the carbon and you capture it and you put it underground. Carbon capture and sequestration, that's what the whole process is called. The reason that they say, oh, no, it's clean, is because it doesn't have emissions. Well, actually, it does have emissions. It's just the emissions don't go into the air. But CCS technology is still in its infancy. And so we don't really have CCS technology that is practical and applicable. And besides, you would have to build new coal plants in order to do that. The problem with that is that it's incredibly expensive. And number two, coal is actually more expensive now with all the health risks and with all the environmental damage, et cetera, factored in, more expensive than wind, solar, and other forms of alternative energy. And so nobody wants to build new plants with carbon capture technology in it. That's why coal is literally dying as an industry. And no matter how much digging you want to do, or how much you try to actually prop up the coal industry, it's not going to work. You are not going to bring back coal. But Trump, like I said, he's an idiot. All he cares about is being right. And I'm right when I say that you take out the coal and you literally you clean it, you scrub it, and you make sure it's nice and sparkling. Idiot. He has no idea what he's talking about, no idea what he's doing, and continues to embarrass himself in front of old world leaders. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYT Nation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYT Nation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent progressive media.